My 4-year-old is in bed, so it's time for some late night seed starting. It's roughly 8 weeks before my last frost, so while I get everything ready, let me tell you what seeds I'm starting today. I've got 4 varieties of tomatoes: San Marzano, Brandywine, Marvel Stripe, and Green Zebra, and I'm also starting a few flowers: Purple Coneflower Echinacea, Statice, and Bishop's Flower Ammi. I got my module trays filled with potting mix, and I also cut off part of this bigger set because I don't need so many all connected today. And I think it will make it easier to remove the seedlings when they're ready to be planted out. And I'll keep the other portion of the tray for the next round of seeds. Then I wrote out all my labels and I'm ready to go. I'll start with the tomatoes. First up is San Marzano. This is a plum tomato that's good for eating fresh, cooking, canning, and drying. Nothing fancy, it's a pretty standard and versatile tomato. Tomatoes are easy to start from seed. I'm just following the directions on the seed packet, but they typically say to sow them a 1/4 inch deep and keep them warm. Room temperature will do, and they should sprout in 1 to 2 weeks. These seeds are a few years old now, and there's still plenty in the packet, so I've chosen to put a few in each cell to make sure I get at least 1 plant per cell, and I can remove any extras later. I've grown this variety a couple times before, but I didn't really give them a fair chance. They tried their hardest, but I planted them in the wrong spot, underwatered them, and underfed them. So this is the year for them. I'll definitely be taking better care of them this time. The other 3 tomatoes actually all came together in a mixed packet, and the seeds are marked with food grade colors, so you know which is which. I think this is a great idea because you can try a variety of seeds for the price of 1 packet. I haven't grown any of the tomatoes in this mixed packet before, so hopefully they'll be a hit. So first in the mixed packet is the Brandywine tomato, marked in pink. Brandywine is a beefsteak tomato and looks pretty typical, being large and red. Like the San Marzano, these can also be used in a variety of ways: fresh, cooked, whatever you'd like. I don't think I needed 3 seeds per cell here, but it was late at night. I think my brain had already gone to bed. So I covered the seeds and patted the soil down lightly. Next is Marvel Stripe. It's another beefsteak, and this one is marbled rosy pink and yellow with a pink center. It has smooth, mild-tasting sweet flesh, and it sounds beautiful. This one is best eaten fresh. I must have come to my senses here and decided to only put 2 seeds per cell. I'm sure almost all of them will sprout. The last one is Green Zebra. This one has smaller sized tomatoes that are striped green and yellow. It has more of a zesty, sweet, tart flavor and is best eaten fresh too. So I got them covered as well, gave them a little pat, and that's the tomatoes. On to the flowers. This is Echinacea purpurea, purple coneflower, and it's a perennial, so it will come back and flower every year. Some seeds are a bit trickier to start, so reading the packet is important. As well, some seed companies have extra info and tips on their website, so that can be a good resource too. In this case, it says to sow the seeds shallowly, and they germinate unevenly in 2 to 3 weeks. It also says they should have a 98% germination rate. But the trick is keeping the right conditions for the seeds the whole time. So I added a few extra seeds to be safe and chose to just press them into the soil surface. Anyways, these should become great drought-tolerant plants. They'll grow to about 30 inches tall with nice purple mauve flowers in the summer, which the pollinators will love. And since they're perennials, I shouldn't have to start them every year. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the other 230 seeds. And then I have Statice Supreme Mix. This is an annual, and I chose it mostly out of curiosity after hearing about it from a flower farm. And to be honest, once I read the packet at home, I realized I don't think this is the right fit for me. This is a packet of 15 seeds with a 43% germination rate. So 15 is a very small sample size. If they're an accurate representation, only 6 will germinate. But there's a good chance I'll get way more or way less than 6 to germinate because I'm starting with so few seeds. So this seed packet feels less like a mix of colors and a bit more like a gamble. Anyways, they should be lovely flowers, excellent for cutting and drying, and they grow to about 24 inches tall. Maybe I'll even get one of each of the 6 colors. So I put the seeds out and press them into the surface as well, since they need light to germinate. And the last one today is Ammi Majus Bishop's Flower, aka False Queen Anne's Lace, and it's an annual as well. These will be great to have in the garden. They're really going to pull in the beneficial insects, like ladybugs and hoverflies, which will be great to help against pest insects like aphids. They have great big 6-inch wide umbels made of tons of tiny flowers and grow to about 3 feet tall. These seeds also have a 43% germination rate, but there's 1,000 seeds in the packet, so I used them more liberally. They also need different treatment to get started. It says to put them in the fridge for a couple weeks to start with, but with a 4-year-old around, that might not work out. So I'm going to put them outside instead. It's basically the same as the fridge right now anyways. I tucked them in and hopefully they'll be happy. So finally I gave everything a quick drink and now I'm all caught up with my seed starting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.